Hey folks, it's Finn. Welcome to this week's instalment of our Friday Finnstalment. For those that are new, very big welcome. These vlogs, my Finnstalments, are a week snapshot of my daily life. General things I get up to. You'll also see additional footage, behind the scenes and snippets of little vlogs I'm making and lots more. So it does make it definitely worth subscribing. This week, however, has been a pretty quiet one. Those who saw last week will know that I was really busy with the Open University doing some behind the scenes filming there. So you will have now seen the first 2 parts of those videos. There is one more to come. The biggest thing I did this week really was I went up to London to join Pan MacMillan Publishing at Gaze the Word bookshop. It's Pride Month. Happy Pride Month, everybody. And so they do this every year where they do like favourite LGBT books, and they film it and they put it on their YouTube channel and Instagram account, Book Break. But as soon as it is up, I will let you know. But there is a teeny tiny snippet of that in today's vlog. Apart from that, today's vlog contains mainly me getting back to normality a little bit and sharing a little bit of my CD and DVD collection that people do keep asking about. So yeah, enjoy. Morning folks, happy Sunday. So today it's book break day. I've been pretty quiet up till now, just been resting since the Open Uni. I still feel absolutely shattered to be honest, but I'm ready for book break day, and it's going to be really exciting to meet Amelia Abraham and to meet loads of people I met last year at the book break hopefully. So I don't know how much I'll be able to film, but there will be a video to follow from Pan MacMillan Book Break themselves, but I'll show you what I can. It's actually quiet on the underground, which is nice for a change. Well, I've made it to Euston and it seems just in time, because just as I got out of the station there's some kind of little fire going on in one of the cafes, so everyone's been evacuated. So that was good timing. So now I'm in Euston, and this is where Gaze the Word is. If I remember from last time, I think I'll go this way. Well, we have arrived. It's really early, it's only like 10:15. But this is what I do. This is how I manage to travel and do all these things with anxiety, is I make provisions, like arriving really, really early, just so I can stop somewhere, get myself together, have a mint tea. A mint tea always calms the nerves, and then I'll be ready for the day ahead. I've just actually bumped into Emma from Book Break and said hello, so that's that ice broken. It's always better for me when I meet someone and say hello. But now I'm going to grab a cup of mint tea and then we'll head in. So this is where we are today, Gaze the Word bookshop. Most people will probably know Gaze the Word from the film Pride, but actually got a much longer history at the only LGBT shop in Britain. So I'll put a link to the bottom so you can have a look at its incredible history. I'll just turn the camera around.
I think that's one of the reasons why I can't find a niche. I'm not one thing. I don't understand people who are like, who can really niche themselves just one type of video or one type of post.
But after my summer of Prides, I fell down the rabbit hole. They've been there for a decade, these YouTube clips of LGBTQ plus bloggers.
It's been a really, really fabulous day. It's always lovely to meet other people and talk about books and queer stuff and LGBT history and being an LGBT YouTuber and all of that. It's always, always so good. Didn't share most of it because Pan MacMillan Book Break will be making a video anyway on today, and as soon as that is released I will share it with you. So, Sunday afternoon, blistering hot. I'm going to go and find a little cafe, I think, somewhere just to sit and do some work, and then head back to Sussex. I stopped, got something to eat and drink. Now I'm ready to manage the bustle of the trains. from earlier when it was really quiet. It's just really busy now, but again, sharing my anxiety tips. This is how I do things, just really slowly. So I give my time between events. So today's event, although it was lovely, it's always stressful for me. So it's important I give myself time after just to unwind before I get on the train. And then I can handle the stress of travel. So that's my anxiety tip. Give yourself longer, do it in manageable chunks, and talk to yourself on camera just to draw attention to yourself. It distracts me, you know. Hey folks, happy Monday. Not gonna lie, it's not the most motivational of Mondays for me. I'm shattered. Chris was trying to get me up this morning and I was still struggling at 11 a.m. I'm a little bit burnt out. I think all of last week's hugely kind of expanding comfort zone adventures, as amazing as they were, have taken their toll a little. So I'm just going to have a bit more of a quiet week this week. There's lots of stuff that I need to do. Loads of footage still to go through of the Open Uni and of the holidays. So I can sit indoors in cafes and just quietly work my way through those, and just less of the anxiety events this week, I think. It's all about balance, isn't it? I've just been out briefly to Universal Credit to sign off officially. As most folks will know, I put a link up to a blog to explain a bit more about this, but in not trying, use of language, in turning my filmmaking and writing into a business, I was on something called the New Enterprise Allowance, whereby I would develop a small business with the help of Universal Credit, and as my business earnings went up, my Universal Credit would go down till I was eventually off Universal Credit. However, because I've moved in with Chris, that's all cancelled out my Universal Credit anyway, because he earns above the threshold. So now it's all up to me to make money off my business. Yikes, which is pretty scary. But in another way, it's quite liberating to not be on the benefit anymore. So I just want to say quickly how much I appreciate everybody who buys any of my t-shirts or any of my stuff or donates to my Ko-Fi page, because you're really, really helping me to have a little bit of income coming in these scary early days, and I do appreciate it. So I'm going to do a little bit more of a video about this at some point, because it is quite weird for me to be back in a situation where I'm kind of not dependent but interdependent with somebody else, and it's new for me. And I think bits of me are struggling with this with Chris. I'm fiercely independent, and I think I did that because I used to be very codependent, and I think in trying to make sure I'm not codependent, I sometimes go the other way and think, oh no, I've got to do everything on my own. And it's learning that we're part of a team and this is what teams do. My head knows that, but my internal being goes, oh, but I should be like making all the money and we should be equal and blah, 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 blah. But, you know, anyway, waffling. Happy Monday. I'm going to put my feet up. Good afternoon, folks. It's Wednesday today. Happy Wednesday Wisdom. Today's Wednesday Wisdom is just keep it simple, which is what I've done this week, really. I've just had a really quiet week. I haven't managed to do much at all. I'm about to head off to the gym. I really need to get back to the gym. Just on my way out, I found this post I have to share with you. This has arrived from Daniel. Now, this sheep is beautiful and I love it. But what I really love is Daniel sent me two very personal pieces that he wrote about his own mum's passing, and it's actually quite difficult to read because I just relate so much, and it's just so beautiful, Daniel, that you trusted me with those and you sent them. I will really treasure those. Thank you so much. You just, yeah, can't quite put into words what that means. I was really touched. I love the card. I do need to address this issue. Lots of sympathy cards still. And I just haven't been able to take them down. So having cards like this is useful because I think I'm going to start gradually, rather than doing it in one hit, just replacing all the ones that say sympathy for these. I've got a few that people sent me. I have shared them with you, I think. Michelle sent me this a few weeks ago, which is epic. And Lynn Morris and her gang sent us this. So I want to start gradually replacing those. To be honest, I think that's why my office remains, look at this, a bit of a mess. Because it's mum in here, you know. I do sit in here and work, but I'm surrounded by mum, and I think a lot of me just wants to like pause the time and just not move anything, but I need to. We've still got to scatter her ashes and that as well. So I'm thinking I've got like a shelf up there I might clear and put some mum things there so she's here, but so, oh, I don't know. I guess it's so early days, isn't it? But it doesn't feel healthy to still have the sympathy cards up, right? Right? What do you think? Help. Anyway, Daniel, thank you for making my Wednesday morning. I'm just so incredibly touched. So I'm going to head to the gym in a minute. Before I head off, a couple of people whose names currently escape me have mentioned the videos and CDs behind me when I do these vlogs and asked if I could share my DVD collection and show you what it is. So I'm going to do a little close-up of some of my DVDs. I know we live in the age where things are becoming more and more digital, but I love having DVDs around me. I only ever buy the ones that I absolutely love and would watch again and again. So I mean, I've got kind of box sets behind, the L word, people. And so these are some of my favourite films. This is one of my favourite films recently, A Star Is Born. I absolutely love it. And it just grows and grows down here. And continues. And as I say, most of these are doubled up. So you've got like Buffy behind there. It's mainly DVDs out here. I do have a few books out here as well. Look at the sheep that Leo got me. I've tried to get a cactus to fit him, but it's not quite working. There's our gorgeous mumsy. I have actually stopped buying them now because I don't have the room, you know, and it's good to save the planet and not buy plastic anymore, isn't it? So I'm trying to get used to this, having stuff online like books and CDs and DVDs, but being 45 years of age, it's still very hard for me to make the transition. God, it's even harder than it was to transition from female to male. The transition to like not having physical books and physical DVDs and physical DVDs and CDs and all of that, I find it quite weird. So at some point, I probably will have all of these online and sell them. But for now, I don't know, I just love it. Let me just come back to the office and show you what we've got in the office. They're a bit higgledy-piggledy at the moment. I still haven't sorted them since moving in, but as you can see, I absolutely love Pink Floyd. But my music collection is incredibly, incredibly eclectic. I mean, I go to loads of music festivals, so I see all sorts of different bands and artists and what have you. So, yeah. And believe it or not, this is downsized. I have started gradually put these onto a USB hard drive and sell or donate my CDs, but I still have a fair few. I love music. Music helps me to connect with myself when I'm down. It helps me to cheer up when I'm down. Oh, it's like the story of my life. I can pretty much map my life as to which music came out and when, and I just love it. I'm not so good at remembering names of songs and names of artists, but you put music on and I can usually sing to it. I just seem to have a bank of lyrics in my head. It's incredible. It's strange actually, because my brother's like the opposite way. You can like play a tiny bit of a song and he'll know the artist, the year and everything. Whereas like, if you play a tiny bit of a song for me, I'll just sing it. So, you know, we obviously have both got the music loving gene. So books, oh dear, this is another issue. I have so many books. On this side of the office, there's a collection of kind of self-help books, a memoir, and also My Open University books as well are on here. And over on this side of the office is more fiction books. I love David Eddings. I love kind of fantasy novels and different worlds to explore. I love those kind of books. But there are more kind of self-help books, personal development books, years and years worth of diaries. Oh, more CDs. Again, I have downsized, honest. I tend to donate my fiction, but things like self-help books that have really helped, or self-development books, I keep because I'm forever rereading them. I get different things from them every time. So again, I'm gradually getting them onto my Kindle, and I'm trying my hardest not to buy any more, but I just love them, and that isn't all of them either. We are still sorting out this flat, so please excuse the mess. So down here we have even more. Yes, I love this Twilight Saga. Don't judge me. Yes, I love Harry Potter as well. And some travel books and stuff as well. So yeah, I have a pretty eclectic mix of fiction, self-help, knowledge, and all sorts of different books. I just love to learn, I really do. I love to collect as well, if I'm honest. I think that's quite a lot of it. So yes, there you go. For people that have been asking, that's a little mini tour of my books and CDs and DVDs. Do let me know if you want to know anything. I do have an Amazon page where I've put like all my favourite books. I've got kind of like all my favourite trans books, my favourite LGBT books, favourite CDs, DVDs, all of those on there. So I don't think I can put the link here, but I'll put a link at the bottom to my Amazon page, and you can see all of my recommendations. Right, now all I really want to do is read, but enough procrastination. It's time to get this tubby ass to the gym. I'm sat out on our little bucket balcony because apparently there's a flyover for D-Day, so I'm hanging around out here and hope I can watch it. How lucky are we that I can sit and watch the seafront from here? Good morning, folks, and happy Thursday. It is just gone 10 o'clock. I've been up for a couple of hours doing some work. Starting to feel a little bit more normal. Normal is a cycle on a washing machine, but you know what I mean. Gradually kind of getting over the tiredness of last week, which is good. Just been spending the time doing lots of editing and creating this week. I'm actually making some new stuff for my store at the moment. I'm making some new t-shirts and I'm making a line of cards. Let me show you one of them. This is what I'm up to today. I'm trying to create lots of different cards because we don't have cards, do we? We don't have like celebratory congratulation cards for surgery and what have you. So I'm trying to make a few. I'm trying to make some that are a bit risque and some that are a little bit more mainstream. This is my Zazzle store here. I'll put a link up if you've not already seen it. And this is my new collection of cards, which is growing. There's still some more to go in here. So yeah. We have some good luck cards, some Valentine's cards, but there is much more to come, and I'll give you a sneak peek. This, by the way, is PicMonkey. I tried to use, what do you call it? Photoshop, and it's a bit too difficult for me. I couldn't do it. So look, we've got Happy Tea Day, different things I'm trying out here. So you'll see these in the store later in the week. So that's today's plan. I quite like doing things like this, a little bit of creating and what have you. I make it up as I go along and I quite enjoy it. So yeah, this is PicMonkey for anyone interested, and I will put a link at the bottom. So that's what my day looks like. Sit here, drinking coffee, creating some cards until Chris comes home, and then take the rest of the afternoon off, I think. So I'm going to sign off here as per usual so I can get this vlog edited and up to you ready. Hoping you all have a lovely weekend. Don't forget to subscribe because there's loads more extra content coming at the moment. I've still got the Open University footage to come. There's still loads of Fuerteventura stuff. There's also last week's walk that me and Chris, there's a full version of that coming to you. So if you subscribe, then you'll get notifications when my videos are up and you won't miss anything. Because nobody likes missing anything, do they? Absolutely not. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care of yourselves and see you next week for our next Finnstalment.